Hey, it's Mr. Johns. Welcome back to, I think I shot some videos of this early on. I don't know. Red Dead Redemption 2, my favorite game of all time. And I have played thousands of games in my life. Red Dead Redemption 2, it's hard to say it's your favorite because maybe 10 years ago I was playing something else and that was my favorite. But I can honestly say this could very well be the best game ever. Yes, Red Dead Redemption was a great game. I played that on the PlayStation. I never finished it. Always wanted to. Switched over to PC gaming. Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, and I don't think I can get Red Dead 1 for the PC. I need to look into that because I would go back and finish that. Graphics are great. The feeling is great. The setting is great. Just the Wild West is... There's something special about it. And maybe it's just me. This same company makes Grand Theft Auto, which is hugely popular. The whole gangster, ghetto, bad guy thing isn't my thing. I've been meaning to try it. I do own it. I have it. Played it for a few minutes. Just not really my thing. So... what I decided to do, I finished this game. So I finished the storyline. And what do you do now? I mean, the story is done. And I have to hold that down. There we go. The storyline is done. And what's great is they don't just shut the game off and you're done. Like, it leaves you out in the desert. You're still hanging around. There's still life. Just because the story has been... figured out, good guys, bad guys, and all that other stuff, doesn't mean that this world ceases to exist. So I did buy Red Dead Online. Because I found out it's a whole new game. I thought it was this game, just multiplayer. I was wrong. I read that it was a whole new story. There's all kinds of things, new things to do. I got super excited. I'm just not a multiplayer person. I'm just not. I don't know what keeps me from getting there. I'm just not. So I played it until I got to a level that required live people to play with to finish a mission. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm done. Maybe I'll go back to it. But what I decided to do in the meantime is revisit Red Dead. It has been a year at least. Boy, if not 2, but I think it's been a year and a half since I've played it. So not even familiar with the controls anymore. Have to kind of re-familiarize myself. So what I want to do is show you my plan. So if I go to progress, hey, and why would you watch this video? Well, maybe you want to find out what this game is all about. Maybe you want to figure out what to do now that the story is over for you, perhaps. As you can see here, there's my progress, my story, 100% completion. Compendium, that's collectibles, basically. 328 out of 560, so I've got a long ways to go. Challenges, 17 of 90. I have a lot of challenges left, and that brings my total completion to only 90%. So, I liked Forza Horizon 5 and 4 for the collectibles. I like roaming around and collecting, finding secret things. This game is full of that kind of thing. But let's take a look at this first. These are the collectibles. Animals, 88 out of 178. Equipment, 11 out of 77. Fish, 10 out of 30. Gangs, I have found all of those. That was part of the storyline for the most part. Or I took the time to go stumble into a gang-infested hideout. Plants, 22 of 43. Maybe not as exciting to find a plant, but it is part of the game. You can go find specific cactus and things like that. Horses, 13 of 19. And weapons, 34 of 63. And then cigarette cards. Those are collectible cards. Not that different from like baseball cards, but they came in packs of cigarettes back in the Wild West, I guess. I'm not sure if that's true, but These were collectible. I found all of them, 144. So that was one of my absolute missions when playing the game. I'm like, I'm going to find all of these cards. And they were hidden all over the world. And super, super fun. But let me show you the tool that see if I can find it. The tool that I used. If you've not heard of mapgenie.com, this is a super cool website that helps you find collectibles and check off things in games. So you can this mapgenie.com and it has maybe 20, 30, 40 games. I don't know how many. So Grand Theft Auto, yes, all kinds of others. And it shows you kind of where everything is. Now, it seems that sounds kind of like cheating, right? Yeah, so that might not be your style of gaming. Maybe you want to stumble across all these things on your own. Right now I have everything turned on. This is every like little mission, side mission, where all the houses are, all the flowers are, or all those cigarette cards are, where all the animals are, all kinds of things. Now that doesn't mean you can just go there and finish. I mean, they're part of it. You have to do things also. This just kind of gives you here's a map in a tree. So you would go to that location and then look for that. So at least it gives you a starting point. This one's not highlighted. I don't know why. But as you play the game, you can check them off. Now I had to pay to get the Progress Tracker Pro. And I think it was $3 or $4. It might have been $5, but just for this game. So that allowed me to find and keep track of unlimited everything, basically. If you can use this for free, but you're limited to like 20 saves or something, 20 marks on the map. So that's everything. And so when I was hunting down cigarette cards, here they are. So here's all 144 cigarette cards, and just because there's one here in this shack didn't always mean it was super easy to find. So you have to, once you get there, you have to search around. Now, if I didn't have this map, where would I even look? Overwhelming to me. So I'm going to use this map to help me find the animals as part of that compendium, the collectible. So I would like to find every animal. And for example, alligators are in the swamps of St. Denis, which is basically New Orleans. And so this helps tell you, hey, that's where they are. So don't waste your time in other locations. And so at least that gives you, again, a head start. Some of the animals are dangerous, like the wolf, like the cougar, like any of the bears. Black bears a little bit, but grizzly bears, yes. And the boars are actually kind of dangerous too. So there's a few that can be dangerous. Some of them not so much. Like the rat, like the pig, like the bat, like the beaver. The opossum. So my goal in the game is to use this tool to help give me a head start and find every animal. So this is just kind of this video is just kind of hey, this is what I'm going to be doing, I hope. I have two personality disorders. One is obsessive compulsive. So I have to have 100% completion or I go crazy. Not really, but it drives me crazy. It bothers me a lot. So when I collect things, I want all of them. I've been that way all my life. The other thing is a little bit ADD. So I can't really focus on anything for very long. And a lot of times don't stick with a game for longer than 3 or 4 times of playing it or a couple weeks of playing it. And then I get burned out and need something else. That's why I have so many games in my Steam library and I just bounce from game to game to game. And I'm never going to be like a strong YouTuber in one game to show you how to do things, because I just don't stick things out that long. I just explore and bounce from thing to thing and shoot videos once in a while because it's fun. What I want to show you here is these white lines underneath the animal heads. for example, this alligator, you look in the bottom middle of the screen, it'll say this is an American alligator. And if I click on it, it goes to this quick little black and red screen, and then it will load the information about that animal. And it'll say I have 100% progress on that animal because I've tracked it, studied it, killed it, skinned it, pretty much in that order. And that's 100% completion on that animal. If the line is not all the way across, that's just partial completion. So I need to go back and finish that. So the American black bear, and it's easiest just to see it, shoot it, skin it. It takes some hunting skill to study it. You have to sneak up on it and study it, track it, then kill it and skin it. So my goal is to do that for every animal. There's a lot of animals. So what I've done is I've made a list of the ones that I have 100% on, and the others I need to go and track down and try to accomplish the 100%. So I like that because it's a good challenge. Also, let's whistle for my horse and have him come up, and he'll come up this hill here in a second, and we'll jump on him and we'll go look for a couple animals. So I am near the town of Armadillo, and sure enough, this is where you would find armadillo, also Gila monsters, little lizards, and pronghorn antelope, deer, etc. So it is just such a dynamic world, and so many reasons why it's my favorite. So many reasons. There's just so much to it. When the storms roll in, you feel it. Thunder and lightning and rain, cold, dark. It just really does a great job of making you feel like you are here. And that's what a good game should do. So while I'm up here high, I think I'm going to use, I see some antelope down there. So if I press both sticks on my PS4 controller, it kind of brings up this mode where I can kind of see where some animals are. And I don't know if I can get those guys from up here, but what I need to do is basically switch to binoculars. And this is how you study them. So if you can zoom in by clicking, and you find one that, and I've already studied it, this pronghorn buck. So normally it would say study, and then you would hold down a button until you had studied it, and then you hold down Y to track it. Once you do that, you would switch over to your weapons and choose a weapon that you could shoot from this distance. And I made it look pretty easy, but it doesn't always, let's see, I should probably ride him. It doesn't always work that well, but pronghorn, or I chose a pronghorn because they're pretty easy to do all of those things with. Now I'm going to go find it, and on my map, if I look, there's a paw print on the ground right there, and that shows me where the body is. And so, I mean, pronghorn, there's one right there. I mean, they're just not super easily spooked, so it's fairly easy. So I'm going to go ahead and skin it. I can keep the meat, I can keep the pelt, but usually it's the pelt that's valuable. And a couple things that make this hunting. So he's skinning the antelope. It'll tell you the quality of the perfect. So it says perfect pronghorn hide. So that means I had pretty much a perfect headshot, because you don't keep the head off of the pelt. So you have to be careful when you're hunting. You can't just blast it with shotgun, or shoot it 5 times, or tie it behind your horse and drag it back to camp. It actually does ruin the pelt and ruin the quality of the pelt. And I think that makes the game that much more fun. So if I were to go I don't think I get more points or anything like that. But if I were to go sell this pelt now, it would be worth the most money because it's in perfect condition. So also certain animal pelts you can use for coats and for boots. And so there's a lot of custom things you can do with good pelts as well. So that is exactly how that works. I got lucky. I made it look pretty easy, but that's because you didn't see me earlier when I was chasing a bunch of smaller animals. I could not figure it out, and I was tripping over myself and firing the weapon and missing and scaring everything, and it's very frustrating. So, certain animals are going to be harder because they're fast. So to be able to, it's fairly easy to shoot them, but you're not studying them. You have to sneak up. Sometimes you have to use scent on your body, so it'll hide the scent of the human, which is just like real hunting. Now, I'm not a hunter, so I'm not at all interested in that. But I know enough to know that there are some scents that you can use to either attract the animal or to hide the human scent. And you have to do this in this game. And then when we get to those dangerous animals, then you also have to be aware that there's a good chance that they're going to charge you and could completely take you out. And I've been attacked by a few animals and died. So that part's pretty exciting. And then there are legendary animals, which I found all of them, but I'll probably, if I can do it, I'm not sure if you can still find them, but I'm going to try to go back and find each of them in this video series or for this video series as well. So last thing here, I just want to make sure, let's go through and make sure that pronghorn now shows up. Those are deer. So let's just cycle through. Pronghorn should stand out. Those are all dogs. I love the fact that dogs and cats and certain animals you cannot skin. I'm so glad. You can just study them. So I love that. Here we go. That looks like pronghorn right there. So that's an alpine goat. Hello. That's a cow elk. So, okay. So the goat I thought was a pronghorn. Nope. No, let's see, right? No, it couldn't be that. That's a bighorn sheep. It should be bighorn sheep, pronghorn doe. Now, why would I not have American pronghorn doe? That it must have been that Sonoran pronghorn buck because it's full. I got the full white line on it because I did the study, the track, the kill, the skin. So that's must have been what it was. I just couldn't remember. So that's exactly what it was. So it'll add that to my compendium, and then I'll just keep working. It doesn't tell you what you're missing. Like, so if you were playing this without that website, Map Genie, you wouldn't even know. You would have to just really pay attention to new animals. I made a list of the animals that I have 100% for. So now I know which ones I can go search and what the next one might be. So there's just kind of an update of what I'm playing and an quick introduction to my favorite game of all time. There is some rumor that Red Dead 3 might be coming out. This is the same company that made Grand Theft Auto. So in fact, they stopped doing updates, major updates. This game is still supported. And mostly the online version. But they stopped doing major updates so they could focus on GTA 6, I believe. So same company, same feel. I do have GTA 6 or 5. I'm not really sure. I think it's 5 I've got. And I've been told I should play it. I've played it. I've played it for a little bit. It's just not my thing. But it is similar. And maybe I'll get into it if I start trying to do collectibles and not worry so much about being a gangster. Like, that's just so not my thing or interest at all. But if it's this kind of game where I can go find things, even though it might be drugs or something, I don't know. I might enjoy that part of the game if it's a collectibles kind of thing. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a video series on that. That'd be crazy. Mr. John's GTA Gangstahood, man. So, I did buy rewind. I did buy Red Dead Online last week. because I found out that it's a whole new game. I didn't realize that. I just thought it was the same game multiplayer. I read that it's actually new missions, whole new things. So, and that you could also play single player. I'm not a multiplayer person. I don't know why. I just never want to play online with people. I don't know why. Antisocial, perhaps, online. So I started playing the online, and it was new. So I was pretty excited. And then going through the first mission, you are required to hook up with other people and play a few of the mission challenges with online people. And I got off. I'm like, I don't know why. I'm like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. So then I just asked myself, what am I going to do? I want to play Red Dead. So here I am. This is why I'm back. Going to spend some time in the world, and I spent so many hours, hundreds of hours in this game, but I still have more to do, and that's the plan. So come back next time, and I'll pick something different to hunt. It might be something lame like a bat. It's on my list. Or it might be the grizzly bear, which could kill me and rip my head off. So either one of those, I'll flip a coin maybe. That would be fun. Maybe that's what I'll do in the next video. So come back and join me. For now, Mr. Johns is out.